We will not put that in the video saying I don't like talking to you. Because this is going to be taped, guys.
Okay.
All right, yeah.
Let me get this myself right. It's amazing how somebody can be a good influence in your life without physically being there. My Uncle Mark, who's incarcerated, always gave me better advice to better myself in life. My uncle made some decisions that cost him time that he could never get back due to what he did when he was young. And as his nephew, he always felt like it was up to him to keep me on the right track to make sure I go down the same path he did. My uncle was born November 6, 1979 in Chesapeake, Virginia, where he grew up with 6 siblings, his mother, and his father. And out of them 6 siblings, it was 5 girls, and he only had a brother, so it was just 2 boys, 5 girls. He attended Oscar Smith Middle and High School, which he won multiple football awards like All-State, MVP, what else? I don't think they won states though, they lost. But teenage years, he started, like in high school, he started making the wrong decisions, like hanging out with the wrong crowd, started skipping school. And that caused him to get kicked off the football team, which he lost scholarships he had, like Virginia Tech, so schools like that. And age 17, he was out like smoking, gang banging, all that crazy mess. And it caught up with him. Later on, but he also managed to finish school though, getting his GED. And age 21, he got into some trouble. Like he went out with his homeboys at a club, but he had a illegal weapon on him. And when he went to court, the judge decided to make him as an example. So I think my uncle's been locked up for 15 years. He's been locked up since I was 4 years old. And from his experience, my first visit, I went to go see him when I was 11 years old. And I'm sitting there quiet and stuff. He asked my family, like, Shaq always this quiet? They're like, no, he always talking, joking. And he just asked me how school going. I'm like, good. And he was like, you staying out of trouble? I'm like, good. I'm so nervous, I'm just saying good to everything. But I went to the bathroom, I said, I might be back. And I'm crying because it hurt me to see him like that. And I'm like, man, why am I crying if I'm supposed to be happy on seeing my uncle? So I go back out there, I'm talking to him a little bit, and you always get to take a picture with him before you get to leave. And I just started crying. And I made my mom cry too. And I decided I'd never go see my uncle again because I just couldn't handle seeing him like that. It hurt me. So he started sending me letters, checking up on me, making sure I was doing good. And he also did phone calls, but I didn't really get to talk to him that much because he called my grandmother, and she felt that, you know, that's her baby boy, so I understand that she used to hold the phone. I'll probably get like 2 words saying like, what's up, man, and just keep it going. But he always sent me personal letters because I was into sports. He said, always stay away from the streets because, you know, when somebody else give you advice about the streets, you're like, man, who is you? I don't know you, man. Just keep it going. But from my uncle, I felt like he cared about me, so I leaned more to his advice than anybody else's. So that always made me stay on track. He gave me advice about being a man, like taking care of my mother and grandmother. Even though my father wasn't there, I tried to make sure I was the role model for my little brother to keep him on the right track too. And he also gave me advice about football, like make sure if you're really dedicated to it, do it every day, work out. And school, he said school is the #1 thing, because it don't matter how good you was in football or whatever you did, they'll never give you a scholarship if your grades won't up to par. How my uncle inspired me. My uncle inspired me because he made me the person I am today. I finished high school, I'm attending college. Right now, I'm still going to be a man, learning how to make the right decisions and things. And I'm still pursuing my dreams. Like after I leave TCC, I got a scholarship to go to a junior college and play football to get my grades up there. And then I'll go to Virginia Tech. And he also gave me a better understanding of life. He said, never underestimate yourself and believe what you could do. And make sure you be dedicated to what you do. And don't let nobody tell you can't do anything. And believe you can do anything in the name of Jesus Christ. Always believe that God always have your back and do what you can do in the Lord's name. My uncle has been a great mentor in my life. I feel that he has inspired me to do more good than anyone. Even though he has missed some milestones in my life, he never scared to beat. I sent him pictures like graduation, like when I went states with my football team, prom, I sent him everything. he probably doesn't even realize that he's been this much of a factor in my life, even though he wasn't there. But I'm the person that I am standing in front of you today because of him. And most people always talk bad about him, like he's a felon, convict. But in my eyes, he was a hero. Thank you.